Ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about these coins. I know you saw the title, XRP, Solana, Litecoin, and Doge will skyrocket if this happens. All right, so make sure you got your pen, make sure you got your paper, write these down: XRP, Solana, Litecoin, and Doge. Make sure you're scouring the market. Make sure you're doing what you possibly can to get these items at the lowest price, and do not touch them. Do not touch them. Get these things and let them sit. All right, let them sit. The reality of an XRP ETF is one step closer after the SEC acknowledges filing. All right, so we always have to ask these questions. We have XRP as it stands today. XRP recently had a huge price increase, and it's been sitting between, we'll say, $2.50 and $3. We know what the price expectations of XRP are. Now, we saw what happened with Bitcoin, right? We saw what happened with Bitcoin last year when the XRPs were approved, or when the ETFs were approved, right? So in normal fashion, we're going to ask the question, when it comes to the price of XRP, once the ETFs are approved, what will happen to the price? This is why you get these things at the lowest price and you hold them for dear life and do not touch them. All right. The Securities and Exchange Commission acknowledged a filing by New York Stock Exchange and Grayscale for an XRP ETF on Thursday. All right. Great news. Great news. The SEC has acknowledged a filing for an XRP ETF from New York Stock Exchange and Grayscale, starting a 240-day review period. All right. So what happens on day 241 if these things get approved? What happens on day 241 if they get rejected and have to be resubmitted? Let me know. This is the first time the SEC has responded to an XRP ETF application amid its ongoing lawsuit against Ripple. Bloomberg analysts predicted a 65% chance of approval for an XRP ETF by 2025, with other crypto ETFs up for a decision in October. All right. The Securities and Exchange Commission has set itself a deadline for a decision on whether it will allow an exchange-traded fund tracking the price of XRP. All right. The SEC acknowledged a 19B4 filing by the New York Stock Exchange and asset manager Grayscale, which is the first time it has responded to a filing regarding the crypto asset. So this is a good first. All right. This means that the commission now has up to 240 days to make a decision on the filing. While the regulator has previously acknowledged several other applications for crypto-focused ETFs, including Solana, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, this latest acknowledgement is significant, given the SEC's ongoing lawsuit against Ripple, the issuer of XRP. All right, so Solana, Litecoin, and Dogecoin, treat them the same way you treat XRP. All right, all of these things, I believe, except for Litecoin, are at really good prices right now. You can catch Solana on some days under 200. If I'm not mistaken, you can catch Dogecoin at around 30 cents on, days that you want to be looking to throw those things into your basket. All right. The SEC sued Ripple in December of 2020 for allegedly violating U.S. securities laws by selling XRP as an unregistered security to raise funds. Ripple won the court case partially in August of 2023, and XRP was deemed a non-security when sold on secondary markets by a federal judge. The SEC filed an appeal in the case on January 15th, 5 days before Donald Trump assumed office as U.S. president, arguing that Ripple's approach to selling XRP met the tenets of the Howey test, a Supreme Court precedent used as a common standard for identifying securities. They could have easily rejected this filing, said Nate Garassi, president of the ETF store, in a post on X. Enormous message, in my opinion. Last week, Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seifert and Eric Buchanan predicted a 65% chance for an XRP ETF to be approved by the end of 2025. The two analysts gave the highest chances to a Litecoin ETF. And as you guys know, Litecoin's price has been higher than it's been for a while. And it continues to raise daily. All right. So again, these are coins that you really want to pay attention to. Look at these percentages. All right. Solana and XRP have the same percentage prediction, 65%. Litecoin and Doge have higher percentages. All right. So again, what happens to the Litecoin price? What happens to the Dogecoin price when, right, these are approved? All of the current outstanding ETF applications for those assets will receive a decision in October. All right. So, if you ask me, it might not be a bad idea to set a goal for how much of these assets you want, how much money you're trying to make, dollar cost average, stack these assets, check back in October. I guarantee you in October, there will be some really good results waiting for you there in your wallet. All right. SEC opens door to Grayscale's Dogecoin and XRP ETFs with a surprising acknowledgement. All right. SEC's nod to Grayscale ETF plans suggest increased openness to crypto in traditional markets. Now, this is monumental, right? Because this actually, like they say here, opens the door and leads the way to other institutional cash inflows into the cryptocurrency market, which increases adoption, which increases price, which increases our wealth, which is exactly what we want. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has acknowledged Grayscale's application for spot Dogecoin and XRP exchange-traded funds, according to two February 13th filings by the federal regulator. This marks the first step in a regulatory review process that could determine whether these funds receive approval. Both ETFs aim to track the price performance of their respective assets, allowing investors to direct exposure to Doge and XRP through traditional markets. What does this mean? The SEC's recognition of these filings indicates a willingness to review and decide on the applications. Now, if you ask me, right? If you ask me, this administration has something to prove. What this administration has to prove is that it is indeed crypto friendly. The best way to prove that this administration is crypto friendly is to approve these ETFs within reason. So a lot of these early applications, a lot of these cryptocurrencies that are on the early train, I think they have the highest likelihood of being approved and the highest likelihood of being approved quickly. All right. Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Buchanan noted that the agency's acknowledgement is a positive development. Historically, similar filings for altcoins have faced immediate rejection. Fox Business journalist Eleanor Turret further explained that the SEC appears more receptive to considering these crypto ETFs. This marks a shift from December, when exchanges withdrew 19B-4 applications for Solana after the regulator signaled a lack of engagement. While the acknowledgement is just the first step in a lengthy approval process, it suggests a growing possibility that these ETFs could reach the market. Despite this development, regulatory uncertainty remains. Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seifert recently suggested that the approval of an XRP ETF may depend on the resolution of the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple. In 2023, a court ruled that XRP was not a security in secondary sales, but the SEC appealed the decision, prolonging the uncertainty. However, recent leadership changes at the commission have birthed speculations that it might drop the case following its request for a 60-day suspension in the Binance lawsuit. Meanwhile, after receiving SEC approval, HashDex will launch its crypto index exchange traded product, ETP, on NASDAQ on February 14th. All right, so this is something that we should pay attention to. All right, NASDAQ ticker ETP, this HashDex ETF. Seifert reported that the index will initially include Bitcoin and Ethereum, with plans to expand into other assets once regulatory clearance is granted. However, future additions could include Cardano, Avalanche, Litecoin, Chainlink, and Solana. So of the ones that we haven't really talked about too much is Avalanche and Chainlink. And Chainlink is under $20 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody correct me. And Avalanche is about $25, which is a great price for Avalanche, because usually Avalanche sits around $40 to $45. So, you know, all of these are not bad right now. Cardano, if I'm not mistaken, last time I checked, is 75 cents. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it might be 80 cents right now. So, you know, once these ETFs get going, you know, they're talking about speculation with Cardano possibly being tax-free. That's going to jack the price up. Solana, you know, we all know that Solana, it's just inevitable. At some point, Solana is going to be where Ethereum is right now. It's a great time to get into all of these. You know what I'm saying? This illustrates the growing acceptance of crypto-based investment products in traditional financial markets. This is basically for the people who are too old to understand cryptocurrency, the people who are just resistant, right? And they have to have their hands held by a financial interpreter. So they need the cryptocurrencies to appear as stocks. They need the cryptocurrencies to be where stocks can be purchased. They need everything to be shifted to their reality so that they can engage, because they're too old to be able to adjust to the future technology of digital currency, cryptocurrency, metaverse, AI, and different things like that. And we have a lot of people like that. So, you know, it is what it is. All right. So, yeah, XRP, Solana, Litecoin, Doge, shout out to most of you guys. I know most of you guys have bags of those already. If you don't, I'd pay attention. Chainlink and Avalanche, absolutely. Make sure you keep your eye on those. October is the target month. Hopefully you have a nice size accumulation by October. Hopefully these ETF approvals get the check mark and we see things skyrocket as scheduled. All right. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you leave a like. Please make sure you leave a share. Please make sure you leave a comment. And I will catch you all on the next video. All right. Peace.